Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Living with Sin. It's your girl Sin, and here's where we feel sensational inside and out. I hope that you're having a sensational day. I know that I am, because this is where I'm going to share where I'm going next. But first, I kind of want to give you like a little recap because I know the last couple of days I didn't really record. I didn't record. So yesterday I went to a beautiful and magical show in the Royal Albert Hall. I'll actually post a little video clip up here, and it was just so magical. Like we actually have. I've never been to anything like this. First of all, the hall itself, the theater, was beautiful, gorgeous. Nothing we have back in the States, at least that I'm aware of. Very old, but very antique and just beautiful, upkept. And yeah, we get up and we sing, like we're part of the choir. It's just so magical because you can feel the energy and the music, and like the conductor, like you actually can see and feel like they are the the energizer, like they create all these things. So it's just beautiful to see it all together. I had like such an experience. I bought this ticket not knowing what I was gonna receive. I just was like, oh, like I heard about it. I was like, I actually kind of want to do this. Like that sounds fire. But I didn't know what I was gonna receive. And if you have me on Instagram, Living with Sin, you will see that like the experience that I had, it was a beautiful dining experience, fine dining experience. Okay, I felt like a queen. Okay, and they give you gifts and everything. It's just like so magical, very special. What else? So that happened, and then over the weekend, I ended up going into central London and seeing like the nightlife or whatever. I don't really go out, but I had a feeling of dancing and seeing what it's like. First off, it's so different out here. Like just everyone is like single. It's like a sing-along. It's so much fun though. I met some awesome people, and more like I feel like soulmates, beautiful souls, and I'm very, very grateful for that too. So making friends and networking and expanding is just a beautiful thing, and just being heart-led in everything that we do. It's just following the heart, and that's an interesting thing too that I'm gonna say. Sorry, I'm like everywhere. This message is everywhere, but it's catching up. Okay. There's some messages in here too that I feel that I need to share. I feel like that someone needs to hear. So if you're watching this, it is for you. This particular night, I went out with my friend, the one that I met on the airplane, and we were talking about heart-led. Like everything was heart-led, and out of nowhere, we started getting all these synchronicities of hearts. Literally, a sign of hearts. People that we were talking to, I was like, look at their necklace. It was a heart. Like everything. And then like the people that I met, like the friend that I met, I'm like, you're like a lifelong friend, and it's beautiful because these are genuine connections. But just like the synchronicities of that was like the whole theme of the night was hearts. So but one thing that I took from watching the caroling show, or I guess you can say, I don't know how you would call it, was when they sang Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And I know this sounds very funny, but when you actually listen to the song in a different perspective, Rudolph with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? So you know how in the beginning of the song, how like they were making fun of Rudolph because he was different, because he had, a light, and like how he was very bashful, and you know what I mean? Like just made differently, right? But eventually, because the perspective changed, instead of him looking different and he was more of a guidance, people looked up to him, And I feel like that's within us as well. Like what Santa saw in him, which is the miracle for me, that's like God is like calling all the light workers, all the people that were different, or the black sheeps, or all these, you're a light worker because you are unique, you're different, you don't play by the rules, you're not going with the crowd, you're going against it. And obviously going against the crowd, there's a lot of rigidness, but you realize that it's smoother on the other side, which is why you have more strength, because you're going against whatever is right. You know, so yeah, this is like a reminder. Don't dim your light. Be Rudolph this season, but all season. I feel like that is a Christmas song, but I feel like every day is Christmas, and that's how we need to wake up. We need to wake up in this glorious day and just be grateful that we have the opportunity to do these beautiful things, to even walk, to even breathe this air. You know, my guided meditation today, it said, you know, and this is the truth that we forget, we let out carbon dioxide and we gain oxygen from the trees, right? And from the world. It's like we're constantly on this, you know, that's like the calmness, the meditative state is the frequency of the world, of the earth, you know? But the moment we're going against that's why you can't fully breathe. You're going against what the actual flow is of life, and so I feel like this season of my life is a lot of trusting and receiving. And with doing that, excuse me, is regulating my nervous system and breathing and paying attention to my breath and paying attention to the senses in my body and how I feel, because that's all it's about. And when you're intuitive, when you strengthen your intuition, is because you're in tune. Your receptors are in tune. We are given these senses. Okay, they're gifts to sense things out. You know, obviously taste, smell, feel, all these things. It's just instincts, intuition. You get it? Like everything is aligned. Okay. But that's just a different perspective. So that was yesterday, what like really stood out, and like the weekend. But tomorrow, this is my last day, or my last night in London. By the way, if you hear background noise, I apologize. They're doing construction down the street. But tomorrow, guys, I am going, drum roll please, Roma. I am so excited. This has been a dream of mine to just be in Italy alone. I just love the culture, the food, and I honestly feel like I'm playing out the main character of Julia Roberts in Eat, Pray, Love right now in this season of my life. I first love Julia Roberts. If you end up watching this one day, maybe, I love you. Always have. But one of the parts in that movie is that like speaks to me is when she goes sees the guru, I think in Bali, and he goes to her, "Are you smiling with your liver?" You know, and it's like, because it's the truth. For so long, like I feel like I was smiling on the outside, but I wasn't really fully smiling on the inside. I was broken inside, and I didn't know why. So one day I woke up and was like, why? And found out why. And now I help other people find out why. And I think I feel that that's a beautiful thing. Besides the point, we're going to Roma. And in my grandma's living room, she has a painting of Italy. And it has the cathedral, it has the Colosseum, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And then we have another painting that says "Live Your Dream," and behind the couch is like the world. And this is what I was surrounding myself for a year. And every time I would look up at this painting, I would just fall in my heart, like just flutters. Like I'm like, I'm supposed to be there. Or like when I would, excuse me, confirmation burp. Or like when I would watch Italy movies, I love romance movies. So a lot of romance movies are based in Italy. I would like feel like the main character like jumping on the Vespa, you know, with some hot Italian man, or having the best plate of pasta, you know. And that's just, And I used to say that, like, if you know me, I'd be like, yo, I just want to travel the world and have the best plate of pasta and the best hot chocolate and the best, you know, chocolate croissant. And we're talking about food, but it's really indulging in the richness of culture and the roots, you know, because we're all one, and just the roots of who I truly am and who you truly are. And that's why it's called soul-led traveling, because you are meeting your soul in different perspectives in the world. And you know, when we're in this box, there's no expansion. You know, you're belittling yourself, you know. So when you do go outside, it's frantic, you get anxiety because you're so used to being in this box. But if you practice using your receptors, your senses, and the more you go out, the more that you expand, the more you meet yourself on a deeper level. Because remember, you meet others as deep as they met themselves, and the same for you. It's the reflection of what's looking back at you, the mirror. My man in the mirror. Love that song. It's a good one. Michael Jackson, Angel. Wait, side note. Don't you find it insane how this is a true legend? Even when they die, people that aren't even born yet will know that person. That's what a true legend is. Wow, and that's amazing. I don't know about you, but I'm trying to be like that too. You know, like, why not? Where was I going with this? So yeah, Roma, it's always been in my, like, and like traveling, you know, traveling the world, expanding. I feel like I'm my best when I'm expanding. I'm happy because I love to learn. And when I am like not being stimulated mentally, physically, I feel like crap, you know, and that type of sounds like that's just how my human design is. And I'm an Aquarius, so yeah, we're like the Einsteins. I'm like, the way I see myself, I'm like Einstein and Oprah put together. And I feel like that's a fire combo. Okay, let me know down below what you feel your combo is. I would love to know. But it's just, I'm just so excited to be able to do this, to have this opportunity like God is giving me. And life is catching me in every single way, because you're literally trust falling. And I always say this, the biggest lie we were ever taught is that you can't trust anyone. And with that logic, that means you don't trust life. That means you don't trust yourself. You don't trust yourself. You don't trust God. You don't trust anything. Then guess what? You're forever going to be in survival, because you feel that the only person that can do it is you, when it takes a village. We say these things, but not really receiving what the info is, like what it actually means. You know? It does take a village. It takes a village. I've seen it multiple times. So yeah, meeting myself in deeper ways, I feel, is my purpose as well, because when I find these things, as I said, I think in my other video, as I heal myself more and more, even though I feel I'm healed, I will forever be evolving. The more that I evolve myself, I evolve others, because it's part of that ripple movement. And by the way, if you haven't already joined, go ahead, click down below. I have it in my description box. Also, if you feel led to support this mission that I'm on, also that's in my description box as well. And I would greatly appreciate it, with a lot of love. And that's what I'm spreading. Because every person that I encounter, I feel like it's intentional. I feel like I've had many deja vus, which I feel like I've had this conversation with that person. I feel like I've lived this life, which is so interesting and spiritual in a beautiful way. And every person that I speak to, it's meant, right? This moment right now, this conversation that I'm having with you, it is meant. It was already happening. So that's why I always say, like, this message is meant for you, because it's the truth. You were supposed to, you know, hear whatever is, and what you're doing right now is where you're supposed to be at. It's always divine timing, never the wrong time, always the right time, divine time. But where was I going? Sorry, got like a little doo-doo. What was I saying? Oh, so yeah, you know, touching everyone's heart. When you touch one person's heart, right, they project it in a good way onto someone else, into someone else. It's like you're planting seeds, right? And as you plant these seeds, when you take a step back, you receive all of those flowers, all the fruitation that you have planted in each person. And that's why it's important. What are you planting? Are you planting flowers or are you planting weeds? Like what are you doing? And that's something that you just have to look internal, because hurt people. And sometimes we don't even know that we're hurt, you know, we're just doing it. And I used to be that person. I used to be just tunnel vision, autopilot, hurting people left and right, not realizing the consequences of what I'm doing. Or even I used to say, like, I felt like I threw a bomb and I killed a bunch of people and I can't take it back. And that's real too. So, and we make mistakes, you know, we're human, but these mistakes are meant to be done, because it is the contrast, it's the pain that pushes us into purity, into the light. You have to see the contrast. We have to see it. If we just see light, then we only see light, and that's beautiful too, right? But if there's some type of contrast within us, the only way we can see the contrast is by looking at it. But if we're avoiding it or we don't know it's there, then how can we fix it? How can we overcome it? How can we turn it into more light? You know? And as you expand, you are filling yourself with light. You're becoming enlightened. And you raise your frequency and you just stay up here longer, which is heaven on earth. That's real right there too. But yeah, we are going to Roma, so be aware on that. I'm so excited. And if you have like any recommendations or something like that, like let me know down below. I would love to know like what I can do out there. There are some things that I kind of have. I'm going again with the flow, seeing how everything plans out. But I do have some things in mind that I do want to experience and try. Oh, and that 3-course meal that I had yesterday, I had things that I've never had caviar before. And it was like minimal, but like I was like, wow, you know, just trying different things. Oh, and blackcurrant. Blackcurrant is actually banned in the United States, I believe. So I've heard. So I was like, I'm gonna order it because I never had it. I never had blackcurrant. So it was very lovely. Very lovely. Very lovely. It was nice. It was very nice, as they say out here. But yeah, London was great. London treated me very, very well. And it's time to move on to the next. And I'm so excited. And then, yeah. I love life. I love my life so much. It's just such a blessing to be here. To be able to even share this with you. And I'm so sorry if this is long, but we talking. We catching up. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining. And I will catch you in the next wave in Roma.